Top cards you're going to want to pick up from Battles of Legend, Chapter 1, Reprint Edition. Make sure you guys smash the crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more. I was kind of 163 cards, but only 10 really catch my attention here. And starting things off is going to be Double Helix. Yeah! Who doesn't love a common for this? Now, Double Helix has always been one of those cards that I've always been very vocal about making sure that you have. And it's very weird the Double Helix got a reprint here. Maybe Spiral support somewhere along the way. I don't know. But we're not taking a chance on it, alright? You can get Double Helixes for 25 cents a piece out here from Gamer's Choice. Discount code MCO47 on your purchase. Yeah, I'm going to jump on that opportunity. Spiral stuff is always, once again, it's one of those things you look at. Spirals, you bring Master Plan back to one. That deck gasses up through the roof and turns into a massive deck that people actually want to play. Thank you, Magician Souls, for allowing that to do its thing. But commons, I know a lot of people tend not to think about these things having value anymore, but very, very solid long-term pickup. Next up is Absolute Zero. So, you want to play older formats out here. You're looking at Edison or some other 2011, 2012 experience, and you're like, hey, Hero Beat, Absolute Zero, always been kind of an expensive form or card to actually have. I mean, the lowest rarity, like supers, were like $10, $15 before this reprint. And now you're telling me that these look like they're way easier to actually get. Okay, I'm going to jump on affordable every single time out here. I think a lot of players kind of feel the same way right now. Cheaper affordability in terms of the card market is always going to be an absolute, and it's a box topper effectively. So, you can always try your luck at trying to pull it. Might not work out for you because of the sheer amount that there are, but you know what? Very strong pickup. Hey, Gamma Seal, finally! In these Gamma Seal reprints for all of the versions of this card, we're hitting, what was it, like $10+ out here. You got to take a moment and just go, holy crap, like, that's a lot of money for, having some turtles for side deck options out here. Well, they got a secret reprint. Actually, all of the kaijus are very strong candidates to pick up in the set, not just Gamma Seal. You never know which spread of rarity you're going to want. I believe as of filming this, only one kaiju is missing a rarity upgrade. And that's kind of crazy to actually think about out here, in terms of the way your market is going. I would consider that a pretty big win, So, most of your kaiju stuff, though, absolute wins. They might not be in the format at the moment, but they are huge candidates to consider. Next up is Neo Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon. These are 49 cents at the moment. 78 cents in some other places. But in terms of what you're looking at for value, this is actually worth picking up. Crazy thing, once again, you have this card had 2 printings beforehand. They were both like $4 to $5. And you could not get these. I don't know. I'm not saying, oh no, like I'm a Galaxy Eyes duelist now. No. This is in the realm of the utility toolbox options that you look at. $5 is too much. Why spend $5 per copy when you can pick them up now for 50 cents, have them, and be able to play whatever, build that you want in any sort of capacity that you might want. I think that's the most important thing out of this. There's nothing really too spicy right now for the Galaxy Eyes department, but I'll take it yet again. Next up is Cyber/Harpy Lady. Did you ever want to splash Cyber/Harpy Lady, or Cyber/Harpy Lady in Sword Soul? It's not like Sword Soul's a super important deck right now, but, Featherstorm did get a reprint, and by being able to make a generic level 8 synchro, guess what? You can actually, hey, I have a Harpy monster on the field. I have a Wind Beast monster. I can actually splash Featherstorm into my deck. And also, to be fair, all the Harpy enjoyers out there had to sit through this stupid card being a lot of money. Alright, like, they should not have had to pay the price point that this was. Woo! My Harpy's Featherstorm is splashable. I still gotta draw the stupid card. I'll just thrust on into it, man. Yeah, on my way to telepathically thrust on into this high-end card. No, but I do think it is on the list of pickups for the long term, especially, when you're seeing these prices so super cheap at the beginning stages. Like, okay. Next up is Seven Sins and the Spider Gang. Well, the only spider that's in here. So here's the thing with the Seven Sins and the little Spider Squad. These cards have not had a reprint since their Gold Series. Like, actually, Gold Series was their only printing. I'm thinking about. We're still missing one of them for whatever reason. All right, they just were like, hey, we'll give you 2 of the 3 Spider cards. The rank up package. So now you can get 7 Sins in a super much easier, affordable rarity. And same thing with one of the 2 little sub-spiders for your combo lines. You look, man, I'm working on what I got here. I picked up my 7 Sins. Believe it or not, I didn't own that card. Or at least one that I could find. So when I saw the 7 Sins reprint, I was like, okay. This is going to be fun in Horus Terrible Ideas deck out here. So you can actually do your thing with it. Next up is the Gimmick Puppet of garbage. Now, for those of you that were here earlier last week, when Gimmick Puppet hit the meme $1,000 price point, everybody was like, there's no way it's worth $1,000. Yeah, here we are a week later. It gets the announced reprint. Don't you love how that works, by the way? We've already seen this card lose a little bit of its value. It's now going to have a gold and a silver letter name, if I recall correctly, out of this set, which is kind of cool. I mean, we'll take it, but it's still a Gimmick Puppet. I wonder if we're going to get some Gimmick Puppet stuff along the way. Like, kind of thinking about that, you kind of wonder. It's also very interesting just to kind of look at this set as a whole and go, huh, is this a possibility? Who knows? But interesting stuff for sure. Are you going to get your Gimmick Puppet? Nobody cares. If you don't already have it, you probably weren't playing branded. Next up is Chaos Emperor, the pendulum of expensive. Are you a Dragon Link player and you've wanted to test out the Chaos Emperor? Well, look no further, because you can now do that. All right. The biggest thing I'm taking away from this is, the Chaos Emperor didn't feel like a super good card. It felt like a gimmick that you could extend with and be able to use in certain combos. That was it. All right. That was the gimmick of it. But nobody wanted to spend the $50+ ridiculous price point that the card was up before this point. I agree with you on that. That was so bad. All right, but that's the power of former prize cards out here. But there are a lot of things in this set that needed, a reprint to knock them down, because holy crap, those were expensive, man. And this card had no business being at the crazy level was. Next up, same thing here, Ubel. All 3 of these Ubel forms out here. So stupid expensive. You wanted to play Ubel out here as a fun deck because Ubel just got support? You can pick up a playset of all the Ubel cards over on Gamer's Choice right now for $15. You know how much the base form Ubel cost by itself for any other set that's not the reprint? $30 alone. And then you got, what about the other forms? Another $30. And then $15 for the final form. So you're looking at $45, $30 plus another $30. That's $100+ for a reprint set that you could get now for $15. Like, that's so crazy to me. Like, okay, so yeah, Ubel might not seem like the most competitively viable deck to you, but people are going to play it right now. People are excited to play it, and it's got more support coming. I think the deck's going to be a very good road contender. And last but not least, I mean, it's Photon Lord. Like, this was the missing rank 8 that everybody was needing. I'm not spending $50 for this. I don't care how stupid it is. Like, if you were trying to play a fun deck out here with rank 8 stuff, I mean, in comparison, you probably spent money on Horus cards, which, do cost money. But spending another $50 on top of that when you look at Photon Lord, you're like, no, this realistically should not be a thing. Too much money. No, I don't want to spend. It's so wild to me when you look at these sorts of things out here and you just go, wow, that's the reality of the situation. It's something else. So that's pick those cards up, or at least pay attention to where they're going and make an educated decision on what you yourself think. The Ubel stuff, I think, is the most interesting thing. You guys have a good rest of your day, alright? Patrons! Thank you!
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.